Hello, it's Christine and welcome back to my kitchen. First of all, do not mind the fact that I'm in pajamas. I have Sailor Moon pajamas on. Yes, I'm rocking them. No, I do not care. And second of all, I was thinking about calling this Food and Booze. Let me know what you think. I kind of think it's a cute name. I want it to be a little punny. I was actually supposed to be making something entirely different today for this video. I was actually going to do 2 of these videos. I was going to bake one thing and cook another, but I realized I did not buy cloves at the store the other day, so we're going to have to save that for another day. Today we're going to be making vegetable soup, and I'm also going to be talking about my recent paranormal experiences. And this one's going to be a little better because I'm going to have different camera angles. So I really hope that the lighting is okay. I actually had to close my blinds because it got really bright. I'm making vegetable soup, and the first thing I do with vegetable soup is I start to wash the vegetables and I boil my stock. This is purely vegetable soup. It is vegetarian vegetable soup. There is nothing in it that's chicken or when your husband cooks and scratches your pot. Gotta remind yourself you like him. I use vegetable stock. This is vegetarian, vegan. Some people don't like that. You do you. You can change it up, but I like it this way. So I'm gonna make probably a decent amount actually, because I'll freeze some. I also do not measure anything, so I won't have actual measurements, but I can tell you what I'm doing. I am putting a cup of water in here. I'm taking a bay leaf and I'm just gonna toss it in. That sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It depends on if I have them. Salem is here. Let's start chopping the cabbage. Lacey, shut up. So let's start chopping the cabbage. I don't use the whole head of cabbage. Also, don't judge me on my bad knife skills. I don't have good knife skills. You may know, if you kind of follow me, that I've moved. And this story I thought was originally purely going to take place in the old house. But then I did have some things happening here as well. So I do have a decent bit to share with you guys. Not a lot, but way more than I thought I was going to. And when I make vegetable soup, I always put in the things that take longer to boil first. A lot of people don't like cabbage in their vegetable soup, and I love cabbage. I wouldn't say my house was haunted, but I did have this figurine that I bought that was, I don't know, I think causing some paranormal stuff to go down. It's really hard to say. I don't know. I can't ask the figurine. It's not going to just tell me if it is the cause of the weird things, but I've of course had paranormal, Lacey's bowl's in my way. I of course had paranormal things happen to me throughout my life because obviously I'm interested in it. And if you watched any of my story times, you probably know that I never had an overwhelming amount of paranormal things happen to me. I bought this figurine and I kind of thought that was part of the, I don't want to say problem because I really don't consider it a problem. I didn't wash these. What the heck? So I like to saute some onion in about a tablespoon of olive oil, I guess. But I never had an overwhelming amount of paranormal experiences just at one time. They seem to have come and go. Again, don't judge me on my atrocious knife skills, but suddenly I was having lots of experiences, and everyone around me was having lots of experiences since I bought this figurine. It was from the 1940s. It was a Pinocchio figurine. It was Geppetto. I already had a couple for my grandfather, and I was just trying to build up the collection. Still have him, but when I moved, nothing really seemed to happen. Back in our old home, before we had moved, we were getting ready to move at this point, I had a few experiences. The first experience, excuse my language, but it scared the shit out of me. We were downstairs, me, my husband, and Lacey, of course. I was in the bathroom downstairs. I came out to the bathroom and I heard a man go, Lacey. Lacey's like, Mom, don't bring it up. I was scared too. So I heard that, and it sounded like it was at our back door. It was not my husband. Actually, like a little bit more onion than that. I'm one of those people. But I literally thought, this is it. This is how I die. Some freak is at my back door. But then I thought, my old neighbor, he liked Lacey a lot. Lacey liked him a lot. Maybe he had realized she was out, but like, why would he do that? You know, that's suddenly like so creepy of him, and he's never been that creepy before. I don't understand that. I'm still like freaking out, and I don't want to go back there to see if anybody's there. I just don't want to do it. So of course, send my husband. And he thinks I'm nuts because he didn't hear it. You know, like the husband in the horror movies that thinks you're crazy, but then he experiences something and then he's like, wants you to believe him. You're like, bitch, I don't believe you. How's it feel? Yeah, that's Justin sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And that's how Justin was this day. But I was like, yo, I heard a man like go over there and kill him. Get your Michael Myers on and kill him. Like, get him away from me. So he went and checked it out, and nobody was there. I locked the door, and I was not going near that door for the rest of the night. And so with this, I literally am just sauteing it. We don't want to fry them. We want to saute them. Carrots are washed. The onions are still cooking. So let's start chopping the carrots. So that happened, and then like nothing else really happened for the most part. So I was just like, okay, well maybe it was in my head. Hopefully it was in my head because that's scary. If not, if it's a person, freaking creepy. If it is a spirit, it's conscious and it knows my dog's name. Also, the voice didn't sound like my neighbor. It didn't sound like anyone I knew. Also, like I said, the neighbor, like, he's never been that weird. So, I don't know why suddenly he would be. One thing that started happening, and this had happened before in the house, but not too often, but the doors in the house started to open and close, and I don't know why, because they seem to be pretty decent doors. They close well. They don't seem to shake or anything like that. What's your favorite kind of soup? I like, obviously, vegetable soup, but I also really like Irish onion soup. I like Irish onion soup more than French onion soup. I will make both of them, but my grandma actually used to put Brussels sprouts in her vegetable soup, and I've never been a huge Brussels sprouts fan, but in vegetable soup, I really like it. It's just so good. As an adult, actually, I like Brussels sprouts a little bit more. They're not my favorite vegetable, but I definitely eat them from time to time. I'm a huge veggie person. The more vegetables, the better. Okay, now we're adding God's gift to the world, and that is potatoes. Does anyone else love potatoes? So I'm going to peel them, wash them, and chop them. The doors opening and shutting really didn't freak me out too much, but there were a couple occasions where it kind of slammed shut. My knives are Flyers knives, and I think that's pretty cool. There was also some noises upstairs, and it would be like shuffling sounding and sounds of footsteps. And this is how things are looking. Low heat, don't want to fry them. And then we have this boiling over here. So this isn't something I normally do, but let's add a little bit of white wine. Let's be fancy. Why did I say wine like that? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hopefully the steam does not kind of mess up this angle a little bit. So we're going to do some garlic. Love garlic. When people say they don't like garlic, I think that they are insane. It's great. What's not to love about garlic? Some time went by, and before we moved, nothing else really seemed to happen aside from those things. The only big thing was the man's voice. Like, that was terrifying. How could that not be terrifying? I don't believe that if you hear a man's voice at your door calling your dog, that you're not going to be scared. Unless you're my husband and think that the person saying it is insane. To be that loud about it though, Christine. Moved out. Months go by. And it's quiet. Nice and quiet. Haven't had one issue. Now, I wouldn't even call it an issue because I'm weird like that. I like the paranormal, so when things that are not seemingly bad are happening around me, I'm not mad about it. Yeah. Is that weird? Probably, but I'm just not mad about it. I'm going to remove these from the heat because they're getting pretty transparent now, and I'm going to make a mess, and then I will take this garlic, add it to this, and then put it in the soup. I mean, I kind of thought, well, maybe Geppetto, the spirit that was attached to Geppetto, because if you watched any of my videos where I talk about possession, I don't believe in possession. I don't believe inanimate objects can be possessed. Just my stance on it. Don't come for me if you do. But, yeah, I don't believe that. So I felt like, okay, maybe the spirit that was attached to Geppetto really liked it there, and he's like, I'm gonna stay there. Sorry to the people that live there, but you know, Geppetto's there to stay. He did not go with me. That's what I thought, anyway. Honestly, like, I just hadn't been experiencing anything at all. Nothing. Now we're gonna add celery, and a friend of mine was just saying how she does not like celery. She does not want it in anything, which is funny because I love celery. It is one of my favorite ingredients in soup, which is, why am I only cutting one at a time? That's stupid of me, but whatever, we're gonna go with it for now. But it's actually one of my favorite ingredients in vegetable soup. I love it in vegetable soup, and if I have vegetable soup anywhere else and it does not have celery, it's a disappointment. So I actually learned some information about things happening in the house right now that we moved out of. Apparently, the bedroom door, that was our bedroom door, opens and shuts, and I was told sometimes it is slamming shut. And it is only our bedroom. Maybe Geppetto did stay there, maybe Geppetto's mad. I don't know. But shortly after I was told that, I actually had some experiences here. So I did 4 ribs of celery. If you're curious, like I said, celery is one of my favorite parts of vegetable soup. I love it. I don't know why I love it. I just think it's really good in there. It's super basic, but I like it a lot. I like a packed soup. I like a lot of different vegetables, lots of different flavors. If only there was smell-o-vision. It smells so good. Everything that's going into the soup now is basically either cooked really fast or is already cooked. I'm going to add in corn corn, and I'm going to add some of the liquid in the corn, but I'm going to drain some of it too. If I was making this for my whole family, so they were coming over and I was just making a big pot of soup, or I was giving some to them, I would add all of this. This is no salt added as well, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, either way, I'm adding salt to my soup. I'm not even going to put the whole can in, just because, again, I'm making a lot less. So I'm putting half. Although I do like corn a lot. I'll put a little bit more than half. And then green beans, no salt added as well. Again, do whatever you want to do. My husband will not eat this. He does not like vegetables very much. How do you not like vegetables? That's beyond me. There's a few of these stems in here. Love green beans. I don't care if it's out of the can. Straight out of the can, no salt. I'll eat it. I'm the only one who likes green beans like that. Probably. I put most of the can in there. I just love my veggies. I can't help it. I have a bag of frozen peas, and you could do these in a can if you want, but I bought these for a chicken pot pie casserole, and I never used them. Forgot about them. And that casserole was delicious, so let me know if you would like me to cook that for you. I cooked that for my mom, my stepdad, my grandmother. They came over, we had dinner, we sang happy birthday to my stepdad, and they loved that casserole. Sam thinks it's treats. So, okay, so then the last thing that I'm adding besides spices is tomato. Love tomato. Juice and all. All of the tomato juice makes it so much better. After I heard that, I didn't have experiences right away in my home, but shortly afterwards I did. So the biggest thing that happened that was kind of the weirdest, there was one thing that happened that I cannot remember. Sorry, I can't remember to save my life. Oh, it sounds right here. Oh. So what happened actually just hit me. I was coming down the steps one day and I heard what sounded like water full force on in the kitchen. Thought I was hearing things, but it really was on full force in the kitchen. So what happened, that was the big thing that happened, I had been watching TV and I paused it. I was streaming something. I think I might have been on HBO Max or something like that. And I was streaming something, paused it so I could go to the bathroom. I only peed, so I was not in there for very long, okay? I came out, I sat down. My remote was on my coffee table, and none of the animals were on the coffee table. The TV, the whole TV, not just the streaming service, the entire TV, shut off. I think it was the same day. I can't be for sure, because it was a little while ago now. Now we're going to do the spices, so salt, pepper. I think I'm going to do a little sage too. I'm a big fan of sage. A little bit of thyme. If I'm making this purely for myself, I load up on pepper. I'm not going to lie, I love pepper in my soup. Give this a very good mix. I leave the bay leaf in here, and when I find it, I find it. So what I was saying was I think it was the same day. I can't be certain, but I had my ceiling fan on as well. And the ceiling fan went faster. It's one of those ceiling fans where you have a string, you pull it to make it go faster. I mean, I kind of hope it was a spirit and not faulty electricity, so. Ooh, this looks so yummy. And that's all that's happened here. See, the people can hear you licking your butt. So that is basically my story. And I will show you my soup, which looks delicious and I can't wait to eat it. Look at that steam coming off. I really love this soup. It's loaded with vegetables. When you film your whole outro and the camera was off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but I would like to know what you guys think of it. Do you think that Geppetto, as what we dubbed him, we don't know his real name, but, or if it's a he, even, Geppetto as what we dubbed them, do you think Geppetto is hanging around at our old house? I think it's really interesting that people are still having experiences and we are not there. The fact that I did have those two weird things happen shortly after finding out about other people's experiences is a little bit odd, a little bit curious. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!